to bring more people. Early morning traffic.
لو نزلت بره اي عربيه حاجه تعيط. ايوه عربيه كام دي عربيه كام دي.
Getting his license plate because he shouldn't be doing that.
You know, to rush back, you know, to get another people.
Instead of letting us go.
Yeah. But we go from here this way anyway, you know. That's why. The temple is the second biggest temple in Egypt.
Oh wow.
Second biggest. Now we are in another era of Egyptian history, which is the Greek Roman time. We call it the Greek Roman, which is after 62 BC, after Alexander the Great invaded Egypt.
اسال صلاح اللي فرع من امبارح صلاح
من هنا من هنا من هنا من هنا.
شدين قاعده
Welcome, sir. You know. Maybe later on a guidance, you have some time for sure.
Thank you.
Lovely morning.
Entrada, caballero. Frío.
It's with him. I'm the director.
There you go. Second biggest
after Karnak.
Karnak, wow.
Karnak is the biggest. The second one is Edfu, Debu. The Asian line, we call it Debu. It means in English, the protected city. It's like a castle. You can see it. It's quite huge entrance. Actually, after the invasion of the Egyptian god, no people can see it and pray, so they just left this temple. So the brick mud and the mud and the sand cover almost like 70% of the temple from here. So that's why it is in a good condition. And you can see the level of the land. The only appears on top like 12 meters. So we have an Egyptologist, he is French actually, in 1860. He asked the government to clean up all of this area. His name is Justin Mariette. He's the one who done the Cairo Museum. Justin Mariette. So he cleaned it up and make it like, brand new.
Yeah.
And we discovered that's all intact and in a good condition as well.
So they didn't have to rebuild this one.
A little bit restoration, but the majority is perfect condition. So now we have the Greek Roman time, built in the Greek time, but for the Egyptian gods. And for the Greeks, they came here and did the Egyptians. I will not destroy your religion and not spoil your religion. I even built temples for them to pray. And they represent themselves as the Egyptian kings, gave the opening for the Egyptian gods.
دخلت معنا البيت على المرافق. لا جينا فتحنا ورشينا مي وملح. ملح بس حق ترش.
Place we call it Zamamizi. Zamamizi, it's a Greek word to as a purse room. Why a purse room?
No,
It's actually the divine purse of the Greek king, as he represented himself as the son of the gods. So he makes this purse room. We call it Zamamizi. And we're gonna see one tomorrow and feel it complete. This one is incomplete, but you can see still the remains of the colors on here on the top.
Oh, wow.
See, it's a beautiful good colors.
I'm trying to imagine the entire wall.
All carved and colored like this.
Carved and colored.
Amazing. And you can see the pillars are different between here and Luxor. Luxor was plain lotus flower and the plain papyrus flower. So here you can see the mixture of papyrus and lotus flower together, palm trees, capitals. Beautiful art, you know, this is a mixture between the Egyptian art and the Greek art. And the walls are like waves. You can see them not straight. It represents the infinity water. So this temple is like the first place ever built in the world, the place of the god. Let's go and explore it. They have destroyed this one, but we're gonna see one tomorrow. Same exactly, but complete in Edfu, in Fili Temple in Aswan. Go for this one. By the way, they have a Southern Light show at night here.
A light show.
Yeah.
So would all of that been colored? All of that would have
the
been.
remains of the colors on top.
Would have been colored. The whole thing would have been painted.
All colors, carbon color, you know. And by the way, these holes in the front of us, right and left,
Yeah.
they are the stairs to lead you to the top of the building. It's like a big castle. So if you go upstairs, you can see, watch everywhere, everybody around, you know.
Ah.
And at the same time, it's giving you the chance to put a flags and 4 flags in each side. You see, 2 flags here, 2 flags there, you know. And here it's the god of the owner of this temple is God Horus, the falcon god, which is we saw it in Luxor. He is the Horus. He is the owner of the place, and the Ptolemy number 12. We have 12 Ptolemies, by the way, and the last queen is Cleopatra, the Greek type. So he showed himself catching all of the enemy in one side and smiting them with the other side. In the front of the god here. So he getting blessing from the god. Okay? So the entrance, if you can see, they high on the side and low in the middle. It's a represent actually the Nile with the 2 short of the line.
So there's
So it's represent all Egypt. The temple, I mean. The Nile in the middle, which is the light in the ancient time, and the 2 sides and the short of the Nile on each side. It shows you as well a half of, she is the goddess of motherhood. We saw her as a cow in her temple in Luxor. She is the wife, by the way, of Horus. She's sitting behind him. And on the top of here, the Ptolemy in 2 roads giving offering for all the different kind of god and goddesses. Left side and right side. See? So this temple is dedicated to a god Horus, the protection god. But God Horus in this place is he gonna revenge from his uncle because he killed his father, Osiris, the god of paradise. And another story about this temple, the mythology of the sweet meeting. Horus gonna meet his wife and her in this place. We call it a sweet meeting. She comes all the way from north of Luxor, 60 kilometers away from Luxor, from her temple, exactly the same as this one, the same building. She came with the sailing boats all the way to here, and he came from the other side, so that they meet up together. We're gonna see that all written in the walls inside. The second story about the mythology is revenge, which you're gonna see the ankle of Horus represented as a hippo. Hippo in the ancient time he used to be in the Nile, but he used to attack the Egyptian farmers when you go to farm, and he don't like to live in a family. So they represent him as like, you know, a bad person, you know, as an evil god. So you're gonna see him inside, you know, struggling, fighting with Horus, and in the end, for sure, Horus will be, you know, victory, have the victory. This is the entrance, and this building built 257 BC and finished the building in 37 BC, which is almost 180 years. Why it take 180 years? Because so many kings come here and build. So from the inner part, Ptolemy, and until the end, Ptolemy number 12, he built the outer part. So this is why it takes like 180 years.
Yeah. 180 years to build this.
Yeah. Because it's built during many kings.
And they only lived 50 to 60 years.
Oh yes, this is average, you know, more or less. The exception the Ramses lives for 92 years. Usually 50, 60, the maximum. Very simple. This is we'll sit here to have the sound and light show.
No, light show?
Yeah, we'll sit here.
So the light shows at night, we won't be here.
The problem is, boats comes early to have the show. The show around like 7 o'clock. So they all usually arrive like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
At night.
Or 4 o'clock like we did. We arrived actually this morning.
Thank you.
But some boats have overnight here. We can have a chance to do it.
Ah. But there's so much to see up and down the line.
Exactly. And Isna,
You see me, I am in the temple now. You see me, you see me? I coming behind you.
in Isna temple, Isna actually have a temple for Kunuk, the creation god. Do you remember the creation god who creates the little baby? They have a proper temple for him. So Isna have a temple.
That's a very big temple.
This one is the second biggest temple in all of Egypt.
180 years to build the temple.
Comparing with that one. So this one is a new one. The open courtyard is actually for the commoners to come and have a prayer and at the same time give offerings. But they are not allowed to come inside this holy building inside,
So were those holes built afterwards?
No, it's built at the same time because this is the place which is they're gonna place flags on the outside. So they are open from the two sides to admit the sun to come through it as well. Because it's stairs. So they need some lights. They don't have an artificial light. There is 2 rooms here, very important. This is supposed to be a door, by the way, one side here and the other is the other side.
More doors, big,
Huge doors. It's from wood, cedar wood, and it's covered by electrum and gold and silver sometimes. This is Bartholomew now. You can see him Bartholomew, and his name is ready because it is older than the other one in the front. This room is very special for keeping the documentary papyrus papers inside the trap.
Oh, for holding all the documents.
That means, for the prayers, for the foundation of the temple, everything is the temple. Belongs to the temple. They just put the, and you can see the papyrus on the top.
Porque Horus, con la lucha contra el tío Mal, se perdió uno de los 2 ojos y los cirujanos del templo de Edfu operaron y el ojo regresa el ojo a su sitio. Por eso te
The
digo,
same
la forma
one, but the other side, this is for purification. You can go and see it.
Purification.
Purification, why? During the prayers, they pray 5 times a day. So the priest will come here and wash up, be clean, shave hair, waiting and preparing for the prayer. So this one is special for like a bath.
With the details of the plan of this temple.
You can see the water here. And at the same time, here, you can see the water. The purification, you see? So they come here for washing, Be clean and also a door, a little door here. One side door,
So,
one side door here closed and open. So they go inside, wash up,
wash
be
up.
ready, shaved hair, everything is shaved. They don't have even hair on the head. So to be ready for the prayers. And this is the water. See?
and then they go and
And we grab the documents. Okay, we're gonna pray today. This prayer for the God, like Khunum, this God, Horus today. So they have a proper, documents for it. The papyrus paper, which is last forever. Until now, we have been papyrus last until now in Torino Museum, in French Museum. But then another thing interesting in here, which is the foundation of the temple itself. That shows us that the king was the goddess Sashat. Here is the king, you know, himself with the goddess. We call her Sachet. She is the goddess of architecture in the ancient time. What she doing? They having two hammers, selecting the area of the temple. So they select the land which is gonna build the temple in here. And after they select the area, he gives an order to start the building. So the king sitting here with his tool, but he will not lead. So they make him a proper tool. He just open it, start the building. But you can see the remains of the color of the clothes used to be colored at the same time, all colored. The smokes and the black ceiling here, because the people in the early days after the Egyptian gods, they used it as a houses. So houses need cooking and warm up. So you need fire. So this black is from the smokes.
Yeah, so this is after the Egyptians.
This is after, you know.
Because everything during Egypt or when they were building, in the other temples, there's never any smoke damage. There's no, even in the tombs,
Exactly.
there's no smoke damage.
The people just came in, you know, and like I told you, it's like more than half covered by the mud and sand. So it's used as like a house to hide from the sun, hide from the winter time, you know. So they burning, you know, things for warming up and for cooking at the same time. That's why it's all black. But
So this is the way the tombs should look if they were using fire or candles
exactly.
or something
Exactly.
to actually light while they chisel.
Child.
Which everybody still doesn't know, how did they chisel without using fire, smoke.
You know, there is series about the chiseling at night. They use the oil and they put a piece of linen inside. And they put some salt in the oil to absorb the smoke, you know, at night. But still, it's very hard because of the oxygen.
Yeah, there was another theory where they had
Mirrors.
very big mirrors, one outside, reflect after the next, all the way down.
Exactly, but not at night. But usually they work in the morning only.
Yeah, it would have to be only when the sun,
The sunrise and, you know.
until the sun,
Exactly.
until the
you know,
sun.
until now we have some of the noble tombs, the guards have a little mirror. So when you go to visit, they just make the mirror like this, you know, to reflect the sun inside.
Well, I mean, even
So
still, you could keep moving the mirror until
Yeah, it means the mirror until, you know, reflection.
until you
again.
finally couldn't get it anymore.
That's it. This is the two series, you know, the linen oil lamps or the mirrors. But I suggest the mirrors. Because it's not absorb the oxygen to the tools inside, you know. So here you can see the king himself pouring the sand to start the building. See? And in front of who? The owner of the temple, Horus, parking God. So he said to Horus, my lord, I already make you your temple to honor you. And he put it here like a cartouche, the shape of a cartouche. So this temple is ready, you know, for prayer and for the god Horus, the falcon god. The chiseling, like I told you, the series I told you, but they didn't chisel everything. So what is the point? You chisel, leave some, and you know, some things really here. See? Not everything, but you see the colors remains here.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of color. If the whole thing, it's
Imagine, it's really amazing.
it would be a beautiful.
And you can see the beautiful snake of the cobra all the way.
Yeah.
When the snake here, by the way, wears the upper Egypt on one side, and the other side, she wears the lower Egypt. The other side of the temple, we're gonna see the other, you know, cobra. Cobra one to the left, cobra to the other side, you know. And it's on this, and with the cobra protecting the whole place. And now you can see the remains of the colors on the top, the ceiling.
Oh wow. So they actually use this as a house because there's more fire damage.
Also fire inside there.
More, well, I should say smoke damage. That's a lot of smoke though.
Not smoke, yeah. So they spend so much time here.
Yeah. So they turn this into a kitchen,
The
basically.
kitchen or a house, you know, little
Or
house.
like a little house.
It's ready.
Little, not really a little house.
Yeah,
But
little house. And it's still it's ready and have ceiling and have everything in the early days. So why not? Okay, I use it in a house, Not like us now, building luxury ones. But this one is it's supposed to be luxury for them. Right? This one is an open. This again, the mythology of this temple is different than the outside. So that one is represent himself as that here and sharing the temple with Horus and Hathor and starts the building with Sashet. You see the shed again? This again, Sashet is the kind of architecture with the king selecting the area and constructing the place in here. And you see Horus is watching that. Here he pouring the sand and now he give him the rocks and the stones to build the temple. See? In the front of Horus each time, in the front of Horus. After he finish it, he's gonna hold hands with Horus. Thank you, my son, to build my temple. For sure he's gonna hold as well the wife, Hathor. He hold thank you to build my husband temple. Each side. This side room, by the way, it's for storage for the water. Water, anything liquid, they store it here. Let me show you. So anything liquid, they're gonna put it here in jars. Jars, and keep it. You can see the jars also here, all the way. With the God Habi, God of the Nile, remember? So the water is for what? For purification, for cooking, and for the use that they use in the ancient time. So you can see all of the scenes was water all the way. Water or wine or beer, they all anything liquid, they're gonna store it in this place. And the whole here is to admit the sun to come through the building. And you can see the remains of the ceiling used to be with a blue sky with the stars from gold stars all the way. The antiquities nowadays they're trying to figure it out, the colors and the clean up, as we saw in Karnak.
Yeah,
but it's very hard job to do. It takes so much time.
So much time.
But it works, It's really.
So they try to build a chimney.
Yeah, it's actually worth it.
Yeah.
In the Dera temple, they clean up the temple the other side, which is exactly the same as this one. But you'll be amazed with the colors. Wow, the ceiling is beautiful colors. This room is special for a lab, a laboratory. Why a lab here? There's actually a lab for producing the essential oils and the aromatherapy oils. Why is the essential oils? It's for purification. And at the same time, to making incense. To burn it in the front of the god. See? You're burning in the front of the god incense. In the front of the god. So this one is special for the oils. And you can see the jars of the oils. And the flowers, it's ready because they smash the flowers, take the liquid out of it, mixture them together to make a different kind of smells. So on the top here, you can see the perfume jars even. See the incense jars in here. See it?
That's a lot of jars.
Yeah. So this is a laboratory.
Decimal para saber exactamente hacer fórmulas de un medicamento. Entonces, y por eso vemos la R, la boca repetida
Again, more
sistemáticamente.
telling you how the jars, all the jars over here.
Exactly. And this already has the names of the king Ptolemy. The names of the kings Ptolemy is written in here. So this part is old already. It's already made, and they know who the king is ruling at that time.
Yalla yalla.
I'll show you something very interesting inside here.
So there was another door here.
This is another door, closed and open. It's one side door, by the way.
Yeah, one side, because you can see
the
the.
limited key of life, so it's one side door. Anyway, so it's closed.
Andiamo signori, andiamo.
This one is a 250 description of. Thank you. This one is 250 description of different kind of essential oils. It's show you even the measurement. Like this one, you remember the numbers?
Yeah,
I told
that
you
was
about?
50.
This is 10,
100.
20, 30, 40,
10,
50, 60.
60.
60 gram of those, 30 of those, 60 of those, 30 of those. So they mixture with the quantities, together. In the end, they get some smell, So all of this description is a mixture of flowers,
So it tells you.
So description. The priest come here and say, okay, I'm gonna put some lotus flower, papyrus flower, okay, some of the sugar cane, bit of the sugar cane, mix them together. You can see they are pouring, stuff like here. So the fat of the milk, the fat of the donkey, donkey fats to make it fit.
So it's a recipe.
Exactly. All of them.
A recipe. So they could walk in here and they already have the recipe.
Start to do it here.
Start to work.
And you can see the jars. They already made an incense. You can see the jars of the perfumes and incense. The king gave Horus, which is a nice pottery of incense. Perfume bottle. Nice decorated one with a sphinx, and he owned the decoration jar here. Also another one, which is really a nice decorated one. It's like a Horus holding the perfume bottles. So you just open it and use the perfume there. Also here, he gave him the other stuff, with the perfumes. Also different type of perfumes, jars, and incense, they tried incense, another perfume jars, which is another shape.
So here they tried to give him a belly button?
Sorry?
Did they give him a belly button? Is that what the...
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So that's the first time you see that?
Yeah. It's the
Oh,
Greek
I
art.
see that. Oh, the
The
Greek.
Greek art now, we already in Luxor, it's different. So it's a Greek now. So this description, right and left, by the way, is a description here and the other side.
Oh, so there's more over here.
And one over there.
More recipes.
All this.
But so how do you read the top recipes?
All the way.
Yeah.
So much, essential oils to make. This one, we're gonna show you some, smell to imagine how it's smell the lotus flower, the papyrus flowers.
Okay, this room is very important. The ancient Jews they used to make
The same idea of the boats again. Horus with his boat on one side, and we're gonna see on the other side Hathor. She's carried by the priest, but you can see the art of the Egyptians, the Greek in that time. They're wearing sandals. First time you see the sandals.
Yes.
See, they're saying you can see the linen and see-through. It's a see-through linen. See the dress? See-through.
I see.
See? At the top it's closed and you can't see anything, but at the end of it, you can see through. It's a fine linen. The same time, but the other side is the whole Hathor carried by the priests. So she carried by the priest, and you see the sandals. The priests are all shaved hair, nice linen, white linen. For the Egyptian, the figures is different. You see, the figure of the hand, even he can touch his knee. With the figures.
Oh wow.
See?
That's a really long hand.
Yeah, this is the Greek time, different era. So you can see the difference now between the Egyptian and the Greek era. And carried by the priest, and the priests are many, like we saw in Karnak, and the king wearing the same suit, which is a line suit. The formal one, you can see the line in place, so the king wearing it.
Quando c'è il Capodanno, portavano la statua del Parco Sopra, dall'altro
By the way, if you look at the king, The priests are carrying the chariot of the king of the boat.
Oh wow.
The king is just touching it.
So he's just walking along.
Just walking around. I'm a king. I will not carry anything. I'm always a god, you know. So he represents himself a king and a complete god at the same time.
But he's helping to honor
the god.
So yeah, so he's just everybody's gonna bring it to it.
Yeah, but he will not carry.
He's not gonna carry. He's just helping guide
exactly.
it.
And you can see the same art, like 3D art, many
yes.
the same road. You see?
Ah yes.
So it's the same idea, you know, like they are like 2D or 3D.
2D. And then another name?
This is a name. Yeah, this is a Bartholomew already. He is done because this is the older part, and even you have the Nisut BT, which is the Lord of Upper and Lower Egypt. You see, and the Sarah, which is, you remember the Sarah, the son of that Amur-Ra. He have the title of the Egyptian king at the same time. So he represents himself an Egyptian king, you know, to be closer to the Egyptian, to the priest, and to give him legitimacy to rule the country. In a way, he's Egyptian, you know. And the lotus flower, papyrus flower, all the way to the temple of Upper and Lower. The lotus papyrus and the papyrus flowers.
Bartolomeo, ele tem uma salada malada desse. Acho que ele زي ما انتم شايفين. طيب.
Everything like those goats, you know, even sweat, you know, for making bread. They're making bread from bread.
Making bread?
Yeah. Sacrifice cows. Cows. The other side, I'll show you something interesting. I want to show you the Wi-Fi.
The what? The Wi-Fi of the temple?
Inventing the iPhones and the Samsung and so on.
I have some questions. Something as Wi-Fi.
It's actually
Spoons, they sacrifice bones. The spoons.
Bones?
And meat from the goats.
Oh, bones and
Yeah. You see, from the goat, this is the goat.
oh, so it's bones.
Yes. It's like a lamb.
That's gonna be a good joke. So it's actually bones and
Yeah.
food.
Password is Bartholomew number 5. Let me show you something. This is a stairs to lead to the top of the floor, second floor. The stairs to lead to the top. But as they close the end of the day, they close it.
Oh, it's closed, so you can't go? No.
Stairs, they have one side here, and there is another type of stairs on the other side. And this God is all here ready to take it to the top for the sun, for purification, you know. So that as a new year, always they take, the priest take all of the gods from their rooms, go to the top for the sun for purification, and come back again from the top. They discover that when the plant flies, he flies in a circle first. You know, the fat when he flies, he starts flying like a circle. But when he comes back to the land, you are, he'll back one side, one line, you know. But to the other side, we're gonna see the stairs is like circle. This holds to admit the sun to come through the building, by the way, see? And smoke again, you can see the smoke.
Yeah, where they had a fire and
Fire and stuff, you know.
So what is
This is the different kind of god and goddesses. You know, Horus and his wife and the family, the royal family, and all this here, always represented as a god and goddesses. God and goddesses always you find the god himself having a key of life in the hand. You see? Why is having a key of life in the hand? Because it says to everybody, I control my life in my hand. So I'm a god. Everybody will make me die of something. My jurisdiction. Holy part of the temple, which is the holy of the holies. But we have a replica for the boats, which is carrying the god in that time, inside here. This one boat replica, you know, inside here, of the boats, which is carrying.
This is where they carry the boat to. And then it has two big doors.
Yeah, exactly. The most holy place, Horus, the owner of the temple, is going to be here aside during no prayers. Be taken care by the priest and the king himself. Pray, purification, for him. And inside, the windows to admit the sun to the floor, see?
Oh, wow.
This is a very special room for a goddess. We call her Nut. Nut is she is the goddess of the sky in the ancient time. You can see a lake.
So we know how much the people will pay to the government.
So then you had plenty of water going.
For purification, you know, for cleaning our ocean. But the Nile meter, by the way, is to measure the flood season. If it's high, it's mean we got cultivate so much land. If it's low, it's will cultivate low cultivation. So this is a way to account the taxes in the ancient time. High flood, high taxes. Low flood, low taxes. And again, the Romans came here and tied the horses in these places.
Where they make the...
Exactly. They tie the horse here and here.
So they carve out and tie a horse.
And here as well. And this is the remains of the underwater. See the effects of the underwater?
So this is when the Nile flooded, and it would be...
nowadays, because the flood actually, we already eliminate the flood that came here. So the water comes under the ground. So the effect is the under the ground here, you see. So this is new, it's not very old. All the way, we tie horses in here, all the way.
Oh wow! So they use this whole area for securing
it's like
the horses.
area, you know, for the horses.
Yeah, because they were safe from the outside.
Exactly. And safe here, you know, secure and safe. It's have already walls around, doors. So everywhere, you find the horses.
A horse, yeah. Horse, a horse, horse. Two horses. Two horses.
Another two. Another two. Another two.
Wow.
All the way. This is the story of the revenge. I told you the revenge.
The revenge story, yes.
Yeah. Isis and Osiris, they all the father and mother of Horus. Osiris killed by his brother, Set, because of evil. So what happened is Horus started to make the revenge. Horus is ready with his wife at the back of him, supporting him, and the king himself supports Horus. Horus is talking with the king that I'm going to make a big fight with my uncle. Isis, which is a lady, have a sword in her head. She is typical by Hathor. But what is the difference? Isis, she have a sword in her head. She is the mother. And Hathor, she have a little bird in the hieroglyphics writing here. See? A little bird in a square. So we can know which is which. So Isis supports her son, Horus, in here. And to put you know that writing and wisdom, registering what happened in this fight. So they start the sailing from here.
So why is there no name on that one?
It's had the Ptolemy actually. But this no means the Ptolemy name is first name, but he didn't coronation, so this coronation name is not written. They haven't got the coronation name, but they have the name of himself, Ptolemy, by the way. We can read it, Ptolemy. But the coronation name they don't have it. So here is Horus is ready with his dagger, and you can see the chain ready to catch the hippo. His uncle represented as a hippo. So here is having his boat, and the hippo is here. When you look at something in the water, it feels small,
But the hippo is very...
It's quite big. So the hippo is quite small. What is you are looking at from the reflection to the water.
He killed hippopotamus 14 times. So all the carving which we have until there, 14 times. Just as a 14 pieces of Osiris. Osiris, they cut his body, put the chain. So here it's the same time.
Trying to catch his feet.
He killed the hippopotamus.
But here,
so you found one
the
here.
hippo is very strong animal, he's struggling and fighting, Here,
Here.
catch him, trying to punch him here.
One here.
all the way to the end.
And here, trying to catch him here. Here is his big head upside down.
This is one.
He's still strong and still fighting, struggling, back to the bottom again, still fighting. Catch him again, and upside down. Upside down again.
Upside down again.
But actually, Isis thought, okay, Horus is struggling, so she came in a human body on board. You can see her on board now with a strong head at the top. You see, she's a strong head. So she came as a human body and came to help Horus with her chain and a bunch trying to catch him from everywhere. And the king came to help the gods. So they catch him. In the end of he has the picture, and you can see the ladies here is dancing for the victory, making the drums, big party for the victory. And now you can see the headlights outside. The hippo is coming.
Looks like he has two women.
Yeah, the lady of Upper Egypt and lady of Lower Egypt crowned the king by the double crown. You can see the hippo is getting to the normal size back outside the water. You can see the difference between them.
Yeah.
And you can see Horus in the top of his ankle, which is represented as a hippo, and the front of his son, father, Osiris. Tell him, my father, I revenge from my uncle for you. And Osiris actually is the gods of paradise in the ancient time. He gave birth of his brother, and he went to be to the god to the afterlife. Gave him the land and everything, and went to the afterlife. So he as the god of the afterlife in the ancient time, Osiris, and always represented as a mummy. So he's wrapped as mummy, as a dead person.
Vámonos por aquí, familia.
Bonfe.
That's why I said this is the most important scene to me physical
Now they judge the hippo, they see you are guilty, so they gonna kill him and set him alive. But they are god and goddesses, so they never die, But they say always the good side would be succeeding. But even with these laws, all of them. It shows the details of the cut out here. You imagine how the beautiful is the chain. They holding. Oh, beautiful. And the chain. They got the goddesses. And they holding a big net.
Oh, so they're fishing.
They're fishing actually. Fishing every kind of fishing, They're fishing goats, you see the gazelle, birds, you see the birds, the ducks.
So they're holding a net in there.
And yes, and fish, you can see the fishes. So it says it's something, even the enemies. It's holding enemies. So everything, they catch everything. It's something religious. It's everything good for the God. So they hold everything, even the lotus flower, see the papyrus flowers, the lovely duck, you see the beautiful duck details, you see the goats. So everything good goes to the God, They fish and they can have.
And another big door.
And another big door closed. The vultures, which is, you see, they are different. Upper and Lower Egypt crown, decorating and protecting the place, you see. The double crown, one upper, one lower, one upper, one lower, all the way.
I like how they do this in the doors.
Yeah, it's a repeated key of life. Because, when you open the doors, you don't see anything behind it.
Yeah, of course. When it's closed, why put a story or why write? Why?
And that's why we know what is this. There is a door here, there is a door there, so we know. We know outside the temple.
Oh, in the very back.
The back area, and this is the houses of the priests. Used to be a holy lake in the corner here. And to be honest with you, it's built by remains of an older temple dated back to the Egyptians. The new Middle Kingdom and the New Kingdom, the Greek. So the remains of the temple is there. You see?
Yeah.
Why they built it here? Because it was the ancient Egyptian commoners. It's a very holy place because they already know there is a temple that was here. So they built it beside the old temple, to get blessed from the old temple. The old area, the area here is all blessed because it's already have a temple from before. How is this temple? It's amazing one.
It's a big, beautiful temple.
Yeah.
A lot of story. Well, of course, any structure like this is gonna have a story. But
Sure. And each one have different stories.
well, that's the cool part about the Egyptians is that they carved the stories into the wall.
Exactly.
It's
Everything is old.
It's kind of hard to misplace a story or lose something.
Exactly.
If you want to keep telling a story and over, what's the best way? I guess chip a chisel into a wall.
Yeah, exactly. It lasts forever.
I mean, everybody will get the understanding. It's probably not this is exactly what happened, but it's, yes, I got into a fight over what, who knows? They were fighting. They were after the hippo.
The hippo, That's the mythology.
Yeah.
It's a mythology.
Then you have mythology, stories that get passed down.
Yeah, exactly. It's the mythology of the revenge. This is the older temple.
So this is a puzzle.
Yeah.
More of a puzzle.
As we saw it in the other side. This is Coptic. There, Coptic church. town, I like show when they come and they stay here.
I almost thought this was an amphitheater, like a Roman amphitheater.
Like, yeah.
At first, it
actually,
was
the Greek, the Roman remains as well here.
yeah, because it looks like a Roman amphitheater.
Yeah. But this one is new.
This is something they're doing for the light show.
The light show. We stay here and watching the light show as well.
From this side and
Yeah,
both
exactly,
sides.
exactly. And the top, they start the beginning inside, outside, go all the way inside, and comes from here, stay here, listen to the sound of the light show and back.
Ah, very nice. Wow, it's a big temple.
It's a big.
So did they dig the tomb after they built the temple on this one?
That one?
On this one, yeah. Did they were like, hey, let's put a tomb down here?
No, there is no tombs in here.
I thought there was one tomb here.
No, at all.
Oh,
No. The Romans time, the emperors don't have any tombs, by the way. The Romans.
the
The
Romans.
Romans make fire.
Well, I'm saying for during the Egyptian,
No.
because they built this for
For the god, for the prayers.
yeah for their prayers,
But not for
not for
burying a king or something. No. The Greek, you will not even see the mummy of the Alexander the Great. They burn the bodies. They burn the bodies the Roman time. The Greek time.
So this was an Egyptian tomb, or
Egyptian temple. built
Egyptian
by
temple.
The Greek
and then it was
emperors.
it was built. Oh, this was built by the Greek emperor. Greek.
The Greeks.
Oh, see,
Actually-
that's the part I misunderstood.
The Greek finance the project, finance it, but they will not come here. They are sitting in Alexandria.
So they just
finance
built it for the people
Yeah.
to.
To be closer to the Egyptians.
So this isn't
I
actually.
built this temple for you, but I will not come here.
Oh,
It's
so
a
that's
kind
the
of
difference.
Political.
So it's this difference between Karnak and those were built by Egyptians.
Egyptians.
This was built by.
The Greek financed by the Greek to the Egyptians.
So
They finance the project.
so they financed the project, but the stories in there are by the people
All
that
Egyptians.
all Egyptians.
Yeah. The priests are Egyptians and everyone is Egyptian. And they just, put the king as an Egyptian king.
Ah,
So the people consider him as an Egyptian king, not an invader.
ah,
You know what I mean? This is the point. To be closer to the commoners, to not make a revolution or something. But they did many revolutions actually during the Greek time, by the way. There is many revolutions happen. Because still invaders, they want the well from the place, So they take everything and they just make buildings for the Egyptians. But at least they didn't destroy the history, and they built.
yeah. That's a good.
This is good thing about Greek, They have their own civilization in Italy and in Greek, you can see the amazing that.
So they were building this to try to win the hearts of the people.
Closer
Since
to
they
the
conquered the country, they want to win the hearts of the people.
Exactly. This is like more political.
But yeah, more political than it was.
More like religious reasons,
Yeah.
to be closer to the Egyptians. Second biggest temple in Egypt.
Big temple. But I didn't.
Complete.
And the name of this one was
Edfu.
Edfu.
And it was Dibu in the ancient time, the protected city or the castle. That's why it's used like this, the Dibu.
But this one wasn't built like the other one. This one actually has the stones you can actually manage and put together.
Yeah.
Like the other ones have like 2 ton.
2 tons.
Yeah, those big
Huge.
ones. This one you can see just like
Small beds.
Yeah, smaller
rocks.
smaller rocks.
Yeah.
So why did they build this one different than the other one?
The Greek at time, the architectures. The architecture at the time,
The architect at the time said, okay, to be easier
to be easier,
than doing it your guys' way
Yeah.
with 2 ton,
Huge.
20 ton, huge, big.
You can see this is actually smaller than Luxor and Karnak temple. Karnak is we call it complex of temples.
But this would all still be colored, also the same.
Oh yeah.
It's just imagining how much colors right here.
Wow, amazing colors.
I mean, if the whole thing was still in that color, it'd just be beautiful to walk. Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, it's good. It's still like this, you know. It's still sandstone. Sandstone is not as strong as the granite, you know.
Yeah. Well, color isn't gonna last that long.
Yeah.
As you
Top of the sandstone, you know.
Yeah. But it lasted long enough. Some of it did. So.
Yeah. In limestone, it's last. We saw it in Hatshepsut. باشا
فل باشا حبيبي معاكم ابيض الله يخليك. Good morning sir.
Good morning. So this is a picture of two gods.
Yeah, the god and the king.
Holding the key of life.
Yeah. The king himself represents himself as a king, as a god. Like I told you, he's be a complete god in the ancient time.
الو ايوه خلينا خلاص لا ما عليك.
It's almost what?
9 o'clock.
And what time does the boat leave again? What? The ship leaves at 9:30.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss ship's movement.
No, that's why. We'll be the first people yesterday.
The last ones to get on board. Wait for us.
Yeah. It's beautiful to see it in the Nordic daylight.
Yeah.
More people coming to see
All those boats.
Yeah.
They pull in at once.
Exactly. You have to catch them because they have to arrive at night as well. Because those parties visit more morning as well. You know. Because some people go to the visit, check out from afterwards. International flights, you know, go to Cairo, another place.